This is why I can't love anyone but you. I know people think I've got a choice. Like my heart is a switch. I can flip for anyone if I want to. They think I stand here for you because I don't have other ways, or because I'm scared to stand alone. But they don't know what I know. They don't feel what I feel when I close my eyes and picture who's really stayed for me when nobody was clapping. You didn't show up when it was easy. You didn't stand here because you wanted my name or my shine. You didn't wear fake smiles for people to see. You wore your loyalty for me in places nobody could reach but me. Every single time someone tried to pull me away from you, with sweet lies or easy distractions, I remembered how you stayed when they ran. How you held my mess when it would have been so simple to drop it and find someone softer, someone who didn't come with my storms. People keep asking me, why not find someone new? Why not try fresh? Why not choose quiet over chaos? But they don't get it. Because they never stood where you did. They never held me when I didn't even know how to hold myself steady. They never loved me when my words fell short, and my silence spoke the truth louder than any promise. This is why I stand here now, my chest open, my truth clear. This is why I can't love anyone but you. Because even if the world handed me 1,000 new faces, they wouldn't know where my scars came from. They wouldn't know how I fight my own pride when it tries to make me push you away. They wouldn't know how you calm me down without saying a word. How your silence tells me I'm still here when my head is too loud to hear it from anyone else. So today I'm saying this, playing no filter. If you think I could love someone else the way I love you, you don't know me. If you think I'd stand this loud for just anyone, you don't know my stand. If you think my heart is open for sale, you don't know my truth. You're it. You've always been it, and you'll be it tomorrow when people test me again. You know, it's funny how people act like love is just about flowers and sweet lines on days when the sun's shining bright. They think loving someone means standing next to them when the world claps for you both, when it's easy to hold hands in public, when every picture looks perfect for show. But that's not the love I know. And that's not the love you gave me, because you didn't love me on the bright days only. You loved me on the days when I was too tired to smile back. You stood here when the noise outside was louder than my own words inside my head. You stayed when my name felt too heavy to carry, when even I didn't feel worth standing for. I know you remember those nights. The ones where my pride tried to push you away. Where my anger came out first, because my fear didn't know how to say, please don't leave. Where I turned my back, so you wouldn't see the parts of me I hated most. But you stayed. You didn't push back with anger. You pushed back with calm. You didn't fight me with more noise. You fought me with your quiet stand that said, I'm not moving. I'm right here. Tell me, who else would do that? Who else would look at my storms and see something worth loving anyway? Who else would take my broken parts and hold them like treasure, not trash? People keep telling me I'm too loyal for my own good. They think I'm foolish for putting my stand behind someone they can't measure with their cheap talk. But they weren't here when the lights were off, when the world was loud and my own mind was louder. They weren't here when you pulled me back from my own edge, without shouting, without begging, just by being you. Because the world can offer me smiles that disappear when the lights go out. It can send me pretty words that taste sweet for a moment and then rot like old fruit when real life hits. But you never changed your stand. Your silence was louder than their noise. Your loyalty was stronger than my own fear. You don't need to fight for a place. You already earned it when nobody was looking. You don't need to prove you're better than anyone else, because you're not trying to be better. You're just real. And that's what I love. Not the perfect you, not the easy you, the real you, the one who never lied to me, when you could have, the one who never folded, when it would have been so easy to say, this is too much for me. So here I am, for the world to see. This is why I can't love anyone but you. Because I'd rather stand loyal for one real heart than waste myself on 100 fake smiles. Some people think loving one person means you've closed all your doors too soon. They say, what if there's someone better? What if you're missing out? What if there's more? But they don't know what I know. They don't know that more doesn't mean better. Not when you've already found real, because more smiles don't matter if they fade when the lights go out. More hands to hold don't matter if they drop yours the second the road gets rough. More words don't matter if they're sweet one night and empty by morning. I'd rather have your silence than their fake promises. I'd rather have your calm truth than 1,000 sweet lies that taste good and poison me later. You gave me something nobody else could ever fake. You gave me proof that loyalty still lives in a world where everyone wants options. You gave me your stand, not loud for show, but loud enough in the quiet, that I could lean on it when my own voice broke. You remember how I used to say, I don't need anyone, I stand alone. It wasn't because I wanted to stand alone. It was because I didn't trust anyone to stand with me when things fell apart. Then you came, not with fireworks, not with big words. You came with small actions that spoke louder than any promise. You came with your stubborn patience, the kind that doesn't break when I test it with my mess. I look at the world and see people swapping love like it's just a game. I see people talking about forever with anyone who smiles pretty enough for a moment. But I can't do that. I won't do that. Because my heart knows what it has. And my heart knows what it can lose if I ever forget where real lives. This is why I can't love anyone but you. Because no one else knows my weak parts and calls them safe instead of broken. No one else looks at my bad days and says, I'm still here. I'm not scared. No one else knows how to read my silence when I'm too tired to explain myself. So when they asked, why not someone new? Why not someone easier? I smile because they don't get it. Easy love breaks easy too. Real love stands when everything else wants to run. You're my real. You're my stand, you're my only, and there's no room in me for halfway hearts, who want my name, but not my storms. You know what I think about late at night, when the noise fades, and it's just me and my thoughts. I think about all the ways you could have walked away. I replay every moment you had every reason to say, this is too much, he's too stubborn, too cold, too lost in his own head. And I think about how you never did, because you didn't stay for the easy parts. You stayed through the worst of me, when my pride said, don't show weakness. You saw it anyway. When my mouth stayed shut, instead of saying, I need you, you still heard it in my silence. I remember how people used to tell me, don't get too soft, don't depend on anyone, it makes you weak. But you taught me the truth. Real love doesn't weaken a man. It gives him a spine when the world tries to break it. You made me stronger by standing with me when everyone else wanted to stand above me. I see how people switch sides so fast these days. They love you when you're up, disappear when you're down. They clap for your wins, vanish for your losses. They call you family when it's sweet, but strangers when it's rough. But you didn't just hold my hand when I was winning. You held my heart when it was breaking. You didn't love me for my name, my noise, my so-called shine. You loved me for the parts I hide from the world, because I'm scared they make me less. So tell me, who could I ever love like that? Who could ever take that place? Who else could ever fill a space you carved out with your faith, your patience, your stand? People will keep trying to offer me replacements. Louder laughs, lighter hearts, easier days. But they'll never offer me you. They'll never offer me your kind of quiet loyalty that doesn't leave when the door's wide open. Because even if someone tries to be softer, prettier, sweeter, they won't know my storms like you do. They won't calm my mind without saying a word. They won't hold my truth when it's too heavy for even me to hold. So, here's my stand, loud for the world, soft for you. If they think they can take your place, let them try. If they think I'll trade real for easy, let them watch. Because this heart has one throne, and your name is carved so deep in it, no rumor, no lie, no sweet fake promise can erase it. And if the world doesn't get it, I don't care. Because you do. You know what else? People don't see. They don't see how every day I stand in front of noise that tries to pull me away from what's real. How easy it would be for me to say yes to fake hands, fake loyalty, fake comfort, just to feel something soft for a while. But I don't. I won't. I can't. Because love for me isn't something I borrow for a night and return when the morning feels too real. Love for me is this, the part where my chest feels safe when you're near, where my mind feels calm when your voice cuts through my noise, where my storms feel lighter because you've held them so long, they don't scare me like they used to. You're the only one who looked at my mess and didn't run. The only one who saw the dark corners I keep locked away and didn't flinch. You made my scars feel like stories worth telling, not shame worth hiding. People can say what they want. They'll say I'm blind, say I'm loyal for nothing, say I'm wasting my shine standing in one place. Let them talk, because while they talk, they switch sides every month, every season, every storm. They don't know how to stand. They don't know how to keep loving when the room gets silent, when the lights go out, when the easy part ends. But you do. You stayed real when the whole world turned fake. You stayed soft for me when I was too hard on myself to even speak. You held me close when the voices outside were too loud to trust. So tell me, who could I ever stand for like that? Who could I ever open this heart to, knowing they'd never fill it like you already did? Because I'm not looking for easy. I'm not looking for pretty distractions. I'm not looking for something light enough to carry. When the world's heavy, I'm looking for someone who can help me carry the world. And that's you. It's always been you. So when I say I can't love anyone else, I mean it like a promise, not a weakness. It's not that I'm stuck. It's that I'm loyal. It's not that I don't have choices. It's that my heart already made its choice. When you stayed through every test the world threw at us. So here I am telling you loud, for everyone watching, if you ever wonder why I stand this way, this is it. If you ever doubt if you're enough, this is why you are. If you ever fear losing your place, don't. There is no space for anyone else. Because you earned it when nobody clapped. Because you stayed when nobody knew. Because you're the only truth I trust with every piece of me.